Most people blow their renovation budget in the wrong things, and new kitchen cabinets and fancy bathroom and addition that nobody asked. But the thing is that people spend $40,000 trying to impress buyers, and the house still sits on the market for 3 months. And here's the actual truth. Buyers don't fall in love with the renovation. They fall in love with how the house makes them feel. And feeling costs a lot less than what you think. And I've done hundreds of renovations, flips, rentals, and pretty much everything in between. And I keep coming back to the same 3 moves. I call them the 3 musketeers, not because they're like flashy, but because they work every single time. And before I give it to you, there's one rule. The roof and all the mechanicals needs to be in a solid. Like, you cannot put lipstick on a pig. You cannot put lipstick on a structural problem. These 3 are your entire playbook. Number 1 musketeer is paint. But let's redefine paint first. It's the highest return renovation in real estate, and almost nobody treats it like it is. Like, a 5-gallon bucket runs for $200 to $300, and that's it. And a fresh coat of paint has killed more bad first impressions than any other single renovation. Hey, real quick, I want to give you something for free. This is the same flipping calculator that I use to analyze every single deal in less than 60 seconds. No more guessing. No more spreadsheet headaches, just plug in the numbers and know instantly if the deal is worth it. The link is in the show notes. Now, back to the episode. And I've seen. And here's what most people get wrong. They buy cheap stuff. It doesn't cover well. They do 3 coats when 1 should have done it. And they end up spending more time and nearly the same money. So do not go cheap, but don't go crazy expensive either, except on exterior. For interiors, I use Sherry Williams, and for exteriors, I use Benjamin Moore. And I'm going to reveal a secret to you right now. I use Drift of Mist for flips and Silver Dust for rentals. And the same colors that I just use it every single time. It's like in hundreds of projects, nobody has said, oh, that color is awful. Like, you know. And the thing is, like, your buyers will repaint it anyway. So I also use flat finish on interior wall. Not actual, no satin, flat. Flat photographs much better. It hides more imperfections. And when someone asks what finish you use, you will always know the answer. It's flat, right? One of the things that I also do is I put it behind the electrical switch cover. I put the brand. If I use in different colors, I put the brand, like what color that I use, what finish, and all that. And that way you have it there forever. For cabinets paints, I always use semi-gloss. And for ceilings, you always use flat. And that's the whole thing. On exterior, one warning is that do not paint aluminum siding in a dark color. I made that mistake once with a blue house. I painted blue, and then the siding buckled from the heat. So light colors only on aluminum siding. And always prime first, like always. Number 2 musketeer is flooring. Flooring has a reputation problem. People think it's the most expensive part of a renovation. So they actually avoid it, or they cut corners, or even worse, they install carpet. And carpet is actually a trap. It looks dated before you even finish installing it. It absorbs everything. I hate it. It smells, stains, and memory that, yikes, let's not even talk about it. But here's the real move. Before you buy anything new, look down. If there's hardwood underneath the carpet, stop. Refinish existing hardwood flooring. It's always cheaper than new flooring, and it adds more charm than anything you can install fresh. Buyers can actually feel the difference, and all hardwood that has been restored has character. And character, my friend, will always sell home faster. Bathroom gets tile or vinyl. Bedrooms, you can put laminate or vinyl depending on your budget. But also basements get always vinyls, because basements and carpet are no, that's a multi-story like waiting to happen. For a high-end flip, hardwood or bamboo, it's worth it. And for a rental, vinyl wins on durability. I wrote the exact roadmaps in my book, Born to Retire Young. And these are real estate strategies that I personally use to go from coming to this country with $500 to a 60-unit real estate portfolio. And every single penny goes to building schools in the Dominican Republic. So grab your copy today. Link is in the show notes. Now back to the episode. The rule to remember is match the floor to the risk of water and the price point of the house. That's it. Nothing else. My three musketeer is landscaping. This one causes the most pain in my life because I see so many beautiful homes on the inside and the outside just looks awful. And you just spend weeks, if not months, on the interior. The floors are done. The paint looks perfect. And you're like exhausted. Again, I feel exhausted after the interior. And the outside still looks like nobody has touched it for like 10 years. Like you tell yourself, buyers will not care, but they will care a lot. So the first thing that a buyer sees before they even get out of the car, it's an emotion. It's like an emotion that drives every home purchase every single time. If the outside feels neglected, buyers walk in like looking for problems. I'm telling you, you do not need a big budget here. You mow the lawn, you trim the bushes, and lay some fresh mulch. And if it is warm, buy a few potted flowers and put them in the front door. And that's it. That is a move. And if you have more budget, you can add pavers, you can clean up the driveway edge, and define entry path to something psychological to buyer. It's like a signals attention. It says that someone care about this place. I once flipped a house where I removed the front door trim, repainted the exteriors, and did basic landscaping. And that house sold for $50,000 over asking. Not because of the kitchen, I think, not because of the floors, but because the buyers pulled up and felt something different. That feeling is what you're selling. And one of the things that I love about this Three Musketeers, the paint, flooring, and landscaping, is that none of them are actually complicated. None of them require a contractor license. So you can learn all these three in my favorite university, YouTube, in a weekend and do most of the work yourself. The reason most investors don't prioritize them is the same reason why people don't get results. They underestimate the obvious. They want a big move and the dramatic renovation, the before and the after that looks impressive on social media. But the buyer standing in that living room doesn't care about what you spend. They care about what they actually feel. And these three things control how it feels more than anything else in the house. One coat of paint, better floors, and a clean yard. That's it. That's a whole system. I really hope you like this podcast. If you do, feel free to let me know. On to the next one.